Yeah, come. এখানকার সাউন্ডটা না এটা অন আছে না ওই মিউট না আচ্ছা নাও ইটস okay. Is sound okay now?
Yes, sound is good now, Maharaj.
Okay.
We can
Yes,
hear you.
Swami. Yes.
We'll start now. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Tav kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiritam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Gnanti Ye Bhurida Janaah. May we be protected, may we be nourished. May we strive with energy and vigor. May our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment and not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. Your nectar-like words and warm and inspiring life stories, eulogized by learned sages, are indeed eradicator of shoots of ignorance. These are auspicious to hear and propitious to inculcate in one's life. Those who take these words to the world are indeed great benefactor of the world. There is a shloka. But before that, let us think about when a building is built, is it built all of a sudden? No. It requires long time and brick by brick or unit by unit. It requires long time. So building of character requires longer time. Physical thing, even the trees we see, it requires long time to grow. We have a giant sequoia, and it is said that sequoia grows and lives for thousands of years, maybe 2,000-3,000. Our sequoia, grand sequoia, is about 125 years old. So what is the point? Point is, nothing happens all of a sudden, and it requires long, backbreaking, persevering effort to build something. When it comes to our character, when it comes to our spiritual life, building of spiritual life, we think it will happen just like this. But that never happens like that. Rather, it requires more time to even understand the spiritual principles. And after understanding, then to translate those thoughts into our being requires more time. Even many lives, अनेक जन्म samsiddha tato yati param gati. But what is our understanding? We think that we know it. Anything is discussed, we know it. But actually knowing is not enough. One has to cultivate, one has to give time to seek or seep in. Those ideas should seep in our personality. Then only one can have that spiritual life. Even say music, it requires longer time to understand some rhythm, to know the various cadences and also ragas. It requires long time. All of a sudden nothing happens. So there is a shloka, Kshanashaha Kanaschaiva Vidyam Artham Cha Sadhet. So even Vidya, it requires long time, say 12 years, 14 years, 16 years, 20 years, even that is not enough. The whole life is required to cultivate something. Similarly, we earn money. It's not that all of a sudden we become a millionaire. It requires long persevering effort. Therefore, we are to put our effort in such a way that we use every moment. That's why next line says, Kshane nashte kuto vidya, kane nashte kuto dhanam. So if we lose 1 penny, even 1 penny every day, so our riches can go down. Similarly, even one moment is very important. It is not that we can build our spiritual life just wishing for it. That is why we need to study the lives, the wonderful lives of divine incarnation. And that is what we are doing. And many times we are lethargic, but we are not to waste our time. In Vedic time, at the time of convocation, it is said that pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. So, what learning and also teaching others, that should not be avoided. So here we are to inculcate the life of Holy Mother. And we see how, especially this incarnation of Sri Ramakrishna and Sarada was very special. Nothing happened in the history like this. Jesus was alone. Similarly, we find Shankaracharya never married. In the case of Rama, we see Sita is suffering all the time. What happens to Radha? There also we see only Sri Krishna. Radha is forgotten. And Rukmini, etc., other Shakti, wives of Sri Krishna, also did not play a vital part. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he left home and became a monk. In the case of Sri Ramakrishna, we find that we are fortunate to have a mother. Mother is the center of our family. Many times we are afraid to approach Father. It is Mother who protects us. It is Mother who nourishes us. It is Mother who gives us birth. And that's why once Sri Ramakrishna was staring Sri Sarada Devi. And Mother asked, "Do you want to say something?" Then Sri Ramakrishna said, he pointed to his body and replied in a tone of complaint, "Look here, won't you do anything? Must this do everything?" Then Mother said, "But what can I do?" She protested, "I am a mere woman." "No, no," the Master insisted, "you will have to do many things." So long 34 years after the passing away of Guru Maharaj, Mother took the guidance portion of Ramakrishna order in her hands. And it is the grace of Mother that we are what we are today. Even she used to pray for this order, that she used to pray to Thakur, that Thakur, I cannot see my children are roaming here and there. They don't have a roof above their head, nothing to eat. I cannot tolerate as mother. Please do something. And after that, Ramakrishna order came into being. And Swamiji very rightfully said that Mother will be our Sangha Janani, Mother of the order. So that is why we are studying her life. It is very important how she lived in this world and how she guided others, even Ramakrishna order. So with this, let us go forward with our study. Paul.
Yep. So we're on page 147, I believe.
Yes.
Ramakrishna promised Holy Mother, "Those who come and take refuge in you, I will come to them during their last moments. I will hold their hands and accompany them." A few days before the Master passed away, he sent for Holy Mother. He taught her 8 mantras and then said, "These are all Siddha mantras, mantras for attaining illumination. Please teach these mantras to those who come to you for initiation. Those who receive one of these mantras will have the vision of their chosen deities during their lifetime, or at least at the time of death. Later, many people will come to you for initiation. Initiate them with these mantras."
So, this is, those Siddha mantras are handed over by Guru Shishya Parampara. Guru Shishya Parampara, from Guru to disciple, and from that to the further disciples. So we are so fortunate that all Siddha mantras are given to us, and this order is spreading. And we are fortunate, it is not ordinary. It's, the mantras are full of power. Therefore, it has that capacity to take us to our highest goal, to realize God. Yes, Latu recalled.
Latu recalled, "I have never seen such an intelligent woman as the mother. While serving the Master, if any of us were depressed or disappointed, she understood. She would send encouraging words through Yogin to that disciple. Ask him not to be depressed. The Master's health is better today, and the opening of the wound seems outwardly dry." This is how the mother inspired us. A day before the Master's passing away, there was a terrible thunderstorm at noon. The mother and Lakshmi heard a loud crack of thunder and rushed to the Master's room upstairs. Lakshmi was very frightened. Seeing her fearful face, the master said, "You see, I don't like to see a gloomy, grouchy face." Hearing these words, Lakshmi smiled. One day towards the end, the master asked Shashi to call Holy Mother. When she arrived, the master said, "You see, I do not know why my mind nowadays remains absorbed in Brahman." She understood what the master meant. He was planning to merge into Brahman. She saw her husband's emaciated body and shed a few silent tears.
See, mother, here, whosoever saw mother, everybody said that her intelligence was not ordinary. So Sri Ramakrishna said she is Saraswati. Apparently, she was illiterate and hardly lettered. So, wisdom is not due to the amount of outer knowledge. As we know, there are two kinds of knowledge. One is called Paravidya and one is called Aparavidya. Paravidya means supreme knowledge, and Aparavidya means not supreme. So all the knowledge, even Vedic knowledge, all are Aparavidya. But mother excelled in Paravidya, supreme knowledge, knowledge of self, knowledge of God. So this is very important. So mother was Saraswati herself, as Sri Ramakrishna said. And even Swamiji said, you don't know whether the significance of mother's incarnation. In course of time only you will be knowing. And centering mother, so many Gayatri, so many Maitri, Gargis will be born in our society. And now it is worldwide. We don't see such a character anywhere. So enduring, so forbearing, so compassionate, and so forgiving. Mother is ready to give anything and everything. So this is special capacity. It is not that a beggar cannot give. She had that wealth that whatever her children asked from her, she provided. And without asking, we don't ask. Because mother knows our hearts. What is the need of asking? So, mother was such, and mother, why was? Mother is present, know for certain. Mother is providing whatever we require. And Sri Ramakrishna told her that at the end of our life, Sri Ramakrishna himself will come and lead us to his abode. Yes, go ahead.
The Master's passing. On 15 August 1886, Holy Mother saw some bad omens. She recalled, "On that day, everything was topsy-turvy, beginning in the morning. I was cooking khichdi, rice and lentils together, for the Master's disciples, and it burnt at the bottom. I served the top portion to them, and we ate the bottom portion. After my bath, I hung my red-bordered sari outside to dry in the sun, and someone stole it. I tried to lift the earthen water jar, and it slipped from my hand and broke into pieces. At the end of the day, the Master was seated on his bed, reclining on a bolster. He was completely silent. The disciples and devotees were seated around him, and their hearts were heavy with sorrow. They thought that the Master had lost his voice and would not speak any more. Holy Mother and Lakshmi rushed upstairs. As soon as they arrived, the Master said in a feeble voice, "I am glad you are here. I feel as if I am going to a faraway country across water, very far away." Holy Mother burst into tears. The Master consoled her, saying, "Why should you feel troubled? You will live as you're living now. They, referring to Narendra and others, will do for you what they are doing for me. Look after Lakshmi and keep her with you. These were the Master's last words to Holy Mother in his physical body.
You see, this does not require any explanation. But Sri Ramakrishna prepared her, and even before departure, he instructed Holy Mother and consoled her. So this is, how a great one passes away. In Mundaka Upanishad it is said that he thanks his near and dear one, and he even departs gradually from all the senses and gradually withdraws. And here what we see in the life of Sri Ramakrishna is totally absorbed in absolute Brahman. So this is not ordinary thing, it is extraordinary. We are to meditate on these points, how he passed away. See, this is, and later Sri Ramakrishna said that why are you worrying? Why you are removing all the signs of a married lady? I have only gone from this room to another room. So departure from our understanding or our perspective, it is not cessation of existence. Rather, it is fulfillment. It is like merging in the ocean. As rivers merge in the ocean, similarly, we merge to our ultimate destiny. So it is not death, it is immortality. So anyway, go ahead.
That evening, the Master was hungry, so Holy Mother made farina pudding. He relished it and ate a good quantity without any discomfort. His attendant washed his mouth and carefully laid him on the bed, stretching his legs and supporting them with pillows. 2 attendants fanned him. Suddenly, the Master went into samadhi.
One thing I wanted to say, that omen, nothing is without connection. Everything is with connection. What happens? This world, it is our projection. So whatever happens, everything has its connection. Even say like, if it is too much snow, then we cannot go out. It is too cold. Or if it is hot, or if it is too rainy. So everything is connected. So that day, all the omens are also bad. So that is one thing. Yeah, and he had farina pudding. And then he went into samadhi. Yes.
It was 1:02 a.m., 16 August 1886. Suddenly a thrill passed through the Master's body, making his hair stand on end. His eyes became fixed on the tip of his nose. His face was lit up with a smile. In a clear voice, the Master repeated the name of Kali, his beloved deity, 3 times, and then entered into Maha Samadhi. When Holy Mother heard the crying upstairs, she rushed up the steps and cried out, "O Mother Kali, what have I done that you have departed, leaving me alone in the world?" Seeing her weeping, Baburam and Yogin went to her, and Golap Ma took her to her room. Afterwards, she remained silent.
So one thing, there is some connection. Say Swami Vivekananda passed away on 4th of July. 4th of July is Independent Day of the United States. Similarly, 15th of August is Independent Day of India. So how these are connected, as if they are treading on the path unknowingly, but these have significance. Say how on 1st of January he became Kalpataru, and 24th of December Swami Vivekananda was inspired, and he inspired other brother disciples to leave the world like Jesus the Christ. And similarly, even other, I found some dates like Niranjananandaji. His date of birth is on Raksha Bandhan. So that is, and he came and he protected a few lives. So what we find that these dates are also very significant. In India, that 16th of August at 1 o'clock, actually we consider it 15th of August. You know, what we consider from sunrise to sunset. That is the day. In Western world, it is midnight to midnight. And Muslims, they consider from sunset to sunset. So in India, this we consider as 15th of August. So the days are also very significant. That is the point. Yes.
Holy Mother leaves Kasipur. The next day, Ramakrishna's body was cremated at the Kasipur cremation ground, and his ashes were brought to the garden house in a copper urn. The disciples put the urn on the master's bed and began to consider what to do next. In the evening, Holy Mother began to discard her jewelry, following the custom of Hindu widows. As she was about to take off her bangles, Ramakrishna appeared before her, looking as he did before he was stricken with cancer. He took her hand and said, "Am I dead that you are acting like a widow and removing your bangles? I have just moved from one room to another." Holy Mother wore the bangles as long as she lived.
Another thing is Lakshmi. Mother is Lakshmi herself. So when Lakshmi is bereft of her jewelries, that means a sign of poverty for the nation. That is why Sri Ramakrishna appeared and said not to remove. Even we children, we also don't like. You know, in India, widows remove all the jewelries and they wear white dhoti, not sari, of color, various colors. So, mother also wanted to do that because many people would criticize if she did not do that. But Sri Ramakrishna appeared before her and said not to worry, not to do all these things. Yeah.
Balaram brought Holy Mother a white borderless sari that is worn by Orthodox widows. When he gave the cloth to Golap Ma to hand over to Holy Mother, Golap Ma shuddered at the very sight of it and said, "Good God, who can give her this white cloth?" When Golap Ma went to Holy Mother, she saw that she had torn off the major part of the wide red borders of her sari. From that day on, she always wore a sari with a narrow red border. The following day, Golap Ma told the disciples that the Master had appeared to Holy Mother and had forbidden her to remove her bracelets. The news of what he had said to her reassured them, gave them new strength, and consoled their sorrowful hearts. They cast away their doubts and resolved that they would continue serving the Master as before. On 18 August 1886, Holy Mother, accompanied by Golap Ma, Lakshmi, and Latu, paid a visit to Dakshineshwar. They returned to Kasipur the same evening.
You see, one thing, Sri Ramakrishna during his ailing days cemented on the hearts of devotees, especially young devotees, because of the proximity of Sri Ramakrishna and also love for Sri Ramakrishna united them all. And this they remembered the whole life. And this is the basis of the nucleus of future Ramakrishna order. So they continued the worship of Sri Ramakrishna and serving him as they were doing, keeping the urn on the bed and all the offering, food offering, and then they used to give some other offerings also. So they started doing that, thinking that Sri Ramakrishna is still there. So this way they continued. Yeah.
Difficulties soon arose. How would the Kasipur garden house be maintained? What should be done with the master's ashes? Narendra and the other young disciples wanted to keep the house, but Ram Datta and some other householder disciples who were bearing the expenses disagreed. They decided that Holy Mother should move elsewhere. The young disciples should return to their respective homes, and the master's ashes should be installed at Ram Datta's Kankurgachi garden house. The young disciples were helpless. Narendra tried to keep Holy Mother at Kasipur for a few days longer so that she could recover somewhat from her grief, but he was unable to do so. As some of the monastic disciples did not want to give all of the master's relics to Ram Datta, they put a large portion of them into another urn so that they could worship the master on their own. As this squabble was going on between the young disciples and the householders, Holy Mother said to Golap Ma with a long sigh, "Such a golden person has left us, and now, Golap, they are quarreling over his ashes."
So this is very unfortunate that Ram Datta and some householder devotees, they wanted to control everything. This is the nature of man. So what they did, they wanted to immediately stop all the financial help. But Narendra and other direct disciples, monastic disciples, they wanted to continue there, at least for some time, but they could not do. But what they did, especially Shashi Maharaj, took the greater portion of that relics into another urn, and they kept at Balaram Vasu's house. Later, that same urn was transferred to Belur Math. Still it is there. And what happened to the other urn, the leftover? It is still in Kankurgachi. So, of course, Kankurgachi also is now under Belur Math. So that's another center, Kankurgachi. Paul and Kavita went there recently. So, see, the thing is, in time everything happens, but people are so, limited understanding. People are with so limited understanding that they cannot see what is going to happen. And they quarrel for small things. But you see, nobody to be blamed. This is the nature of this world. When one has got some power, they want to retain that and want to exert the authority and thinks that everybody should follow that. So anyway, that unfortunate incident happened, and for that matter, that actually for the good of future good. Why? Because after that, they moved to Baranagar Math, which was a dilapidated house, and there they did lots of tapasya studying, meditation, and singing bhajan day and night. And later they left that and traveled all over India, and Swamiji left for the West. So, whatever happens, happens by the will of God. And difficulties arise. It is to teach us good lessons. Yes, go ahead.
The young disciples had no money to buy or rent a house for Holy Mother, so that she could live near the devotees of the Master. But Balaram's home was always open to Holy Mother and the disciples of Ramakrishna. He was truly a blessed soul, and all the members of his family were great devotees of the Master. On Saturday, 21st August 1886, Balaram invited Holy Mother to stay in his Calcutta home. Holy Mother must have gone upstairs for one last time and bowed down to the Master's relics that were kept on his bed before she took her bundle of clothes and climbed into the carriage that Balaram had sent for her that evening. As the carriage neared the garden gate, however, the gatekeeper stopped the driver and demanded the unpaid rent. Narendra was terribly embarrassed and somehow had her released. Holy Mother later described her mental condition at this time. The Master's passing away was unbearable for me. I constantly asked myself, such a golden man has left. Why then should I stay in this world? Life became tasteless and meaningless for me, and I had no desire to talk to anyone. The Master then appeared to me and said, "No, you shouldn't leave the world. Please stay. You have many things to do." Balaram decided to send Holy Mother on a pilgrimage to give her some peace.
So that was a good break. And Sonar Manush chole gache, that means the golden man has left and these people are quarreling. And the separation is very unbearable. But then she had to bear the separation and also guide the disciples. Yes, next. So pilgrimage, August 1886 to August 1887, so 1 year. Rupam, Rupa Vivartasya Bhavato Dhyanena Yat Kalpitam Stutya Anirvachaniyata Akhila Guru Durikrita Yan Mayaya Vyapita Vancha Nirakritam Bhagavato Yat Tirtha Yatradina Kshantabyam Jagadisha Tad Vikalata Dosha Trayam Matkritam. O Lord, in my meditation I have attributed form to you who are formless. A teacher of the world, by chanting hymns, I have contradicted your indescribable nature. O Lord, by going on pilgrimage, I have denied your omnipresence. O Lord of the universe, pray, forgive me for these threefold transgressions. I think here it is from Bhagavata, or similar ideas are there in Bhagavatam. Okay.
It is said that pilgrims make a place holy. Through their devotion and worship, japa and meditation, prayers and tears, fasting and austerity, vigils and longing, pilgrims sanctify the holy places of the world. the birthplaces of the divine incarnations, Ramachandra's Ayodhya, Krishna's Mathura, Buddha's Lumbini, Christ's Bethlehem, Muhammad's Mecca, Chaitanya's Navadvip, and Ramakrishna's Kamarpukur have all been sanctified, as have been the places associated with their lives. Moreover, the places where saints and monks lived and practiced austerities have become holy. This is why Varanasi and Vrindavan, Hardwar and Rishikesh, Puri and Dwarka, Madurai and Rameshwaram, and other holy places of India have attracted pilgrims throughout the ages.
It is said, Tirthim Kurbanti Tirthani. So Tirtha means a pilgrim place. They are holy. When you go there, you get inspiration. It is not, say, imagination. You really get inspiration. Only thing you need to stay there for at least 3 nights. And those places have got some tradition. One has to follow that. Varanasi, everyone meditates in the morning. But in some places like Vrindavan, there is deep night. So that time especially, that power reverberates and also influences the aspirants. So these are some traditions are there, one has to follow that. Like here, if you come to our shrine, you can feel the presence. At least those who are non-believers, they also will feel some tranquility, peace. It is because when devotees meditate on God, they leave some tanmatra. We say vibe. So they leave some. And we also get that inspiration. In return, we also give some. So this is contributed over the years. And think of Varanasi. Nobody knows when Varanasi was established. Beyond history. So maybe 8,000, more than 8,000 years. Nobody knows. It is that ancient. Similarly, Ayodhya, after the birth of Rama, that became so holy. And recently that on that place there came a beautiful temple. Anyway, it's a long story. And after the struggle for 500 years, about 500 years, the temple was rebuilt. The good point is that it was through legal process. It is not like any forcefully was done, but it is through legal process. That means they found some evidence that there was a temple there. And on the basis of that, the judges of bench of 5 judges, they decided unanimously that this should be done. So anyway, that's a long story, and some differences may be there. This happens in this world. Whenever you are walking, the air resists. Gravitational pulls you down. So this is the nature of this world. But with that, things progress. Yes.
Visiting holy places for even a short time cuts one's attachment to home and family and enhances one's longing for God. A pilgrim's experience of divine bliss depends upon forgetfulness of the world. Holy Mother wanted to forget her raw grief and the pain of separation from Ramakrishna. Towards the end of his life, the Master had said to Holy Mother, "You should visit all those places that it was not possible for this," meaning himself, "to visit."
Yes, it happened. Mother went to many places where Sri Ramakrishna could not go. In Rajasthan, uh, she went to Savitri Parvat and then um, Pushkar, so many places. Even Puri, Jagannath, and later to Rameshwaram. At the that's India, the tip of the peninsula. There, Ramchandra built a bridge to go to Sri Lanka to punish Ravana. So that place is still there. And when mother went there, mother remembered that mother worshipped Shiva there and taking the sand together, making a Shiva lingam. So all this was possible because of her travel. Yes.
2 weeks after the Master's death, on 30 August 1886, Holy Mother left for pilgrimage, accompanied by Golab Ma, Lakshmi, Nikunja Devi, M's wife, Yogin, Latu, and Kali. The party traveled by train, first stopping at Vaidyanath Dham in Deoghar, Jharkhand. In Vaidyanath Dham resides one of the 12 Jyotirlingams of Shiva. In 1868, Ramakrishna visited this holy place. On her pilgrimage in August 1886, Holy Mother also worshipped the deity there, and then the next day the party left for Varanasi. They spent nearly 10 days in Varanasi, where they visited the temples to Vishwanath Shiva, Mother Annapurna, and other important deities. Holy Mother and her companions also climbed the high tower of Beni Madhav to look upon the golden city of Varanasi.
Okay, what is the fundamental thinking? It is like this. When we install a deity, then there is a prana pratishtha. Prana pratishtha means first it is a statue only, but with some rituals and invocation of mantras, the deity starts living. So when you go to that deity, when you see, apparently you will see only a picture maybe or a statue, but that is living. So it is like you are seeing that God. So it is not idolatry. Idolatry is like iconoclastic. Some symbols are given. Though it has also significance. Like a soldier gives his life. Say if there is a flag, say American flag, to honor that flag, they will die. You can argue it is only a piece of cloth. But no, that represents the pride of the country. So if it has a significance, now think about a statue when the prana pratishtha means the prana, the vital force is installed there. So you have to offer food, you have to give him rest and all kinds of services. We also consider that when you come to our shrine, you are seeing Sri Ramakrishna himself. Not to think that you are seeing a picture. No. That is why even when we go to the shrine, we don't talk about, like silently. Because we don't want to disturb the deity. Even Swamiji will be angry. So think that they are living there. This way one cultivates and you get inspiration. So, in short, in Sanatana Dharma, that means eternal religion, this is a process of installing vital forces. And see, this is also a body, what else? But here, the divinity is just installed, so he can talk. Similarly, we consider that divinity is installed there. Apparently, you'll see a statue. But as you dive deep, gradually that insight will come. When we join, we wanted to go to various pilgrim places. But our guides, our teacher told, no, 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 this is not the time. If you go now, you'll see only stones. So, with time, then you have insight. And then you can see what is the divinity. So this is the theory. Now one has to go on practicing this, and then in course of time, that becomes reality. You see, like in our primary classes, what we learn? A, B, C, D has no meaning. But later, combination of that, and then lots of things we learn through that. One can argue, what is the use of ABCD? But no, those ABCD are symbols. Symbols of something. And then when you combine those, then you can express your ideas. So it is not a small thing. See, I am also talking. I am trying to express my thoughts. I am using words. Apparently those words, if you separate, then it has no meaning. But behind that, if you have spirit, and then you can communicate. So that is the idea. Okay.
One evening, Holy Mother attended the Vesper service of Lord Vishwanath and went into ecstasy inside the temple. She was hardly conscious of the world and had difficulty returning home. Later, she said, "It was the Master who brought me home, holding me by the hand."
That story I narrated before, let me tell that also. That's very nice. And it should be repeated. It's not a, fault. Vijay Maharaj, that means Pashupati Maharaj, Vijayananda. Pashupati Maharaj. So he was in Varanasi. Latu Maharaj also was there, Adbhutananda. So Adbhutanandaji once asked, "Hey Pashupati, do you go for darshan of Vishwanath?" Vishwanath is like a Shivlingam, very old. Said, "No, Maharaj." "Why?" Said, I see only a stone. I don't see anything." Then he asked, "Do you go for Ganga for taking bath?" Said, "No, it's very dirty. Indian rivers are, though we say mother, Ganga Ma, mother, Ganga, but we pollute also." Okay, so he said, then after certain time, they were sitting on the bank of Ganga. There is special platforms are made, so they were sitting. Because he loved Ganga, it's not that. The Swami, he was a great Swami. So, all of a sudden he saw a great figure, white, Shiva. The whole sky was covered by him. And he was, shivering. And the companion who was with him, he held him. Otherwise he would have fallen in the Ganga. And then when they returned, then Latu Maharaj asked, "Hey Pashupati, what happened today?" Then he said, "Maharaj, it is your grace. Because of that, I had that vision." After that, he used to go to Vishwanath. Vishwanath means Lord of the whole universe. And also he used to take bath in Ganga. So, it is not mere imagination, it is realization. This happens. It's unthinkable how things happen. The whole thing is surcharged. Swami Vivekananda, he did not believe in Mother Kali. So, he had to suffer a lot because of poverty. So Narendranath requested Sri Ramakrishna, you talk to mother. Please tell her to give me some money. He said, why should I? You go and ask her. And today is very good day. If whatever you'll ask, she'll provide. So with this, he was sent to the temple. And as he entered, he realized that mother is sleeping. The whole thing was charged. And in presence of mother, he forgot everything. He said, oh mother, give me viveka, the power of discrimination, vivek, vairagya, renunciation, knowledge and devotion. I don't want anything else. So he came back. So Sri Ramakrishna was waiting. Did you ask? Oh no, I forgot. Hey, you are a fool. Go again. So, so he went again. Again he forgot. Because in presence of mother, this world is nothing. It's all false and illusory. And again he asked viveka, vairagya, and jnana and bhakti. And again came back. And Sri Ramakrishna again asked. And he said, no, again I forgot. You are a fool. Go again. But this time he remembered. But he was, he was shy. How can he ask mother a simple thing? It is like what Sri Ramakrishna used to give an imagery, that it is like going to a king and asking for pumpkin, like that, asking money. So he could not ask money. Then after returning from there, and when he pestered Sri Ramakrishna, he said, okay, he'll have enough to have coarse food and also clothing. So that he assured. So what I'm saying, it is not imagination, it is experience. And that is why we need to pray to Mother. And as your devotion will be intensified, one moment will have that. Yes. Okay, time. Where we are?
We're at Latu recalled the incident.
Okay, go ahead. That one.
Oh, you want one more paragraph, Swami?
Yes.
Okay. Latu recalled the incident. One evening, we attended the Vesper service at the Vishwanath temple. On the way back to our residence, Mother was with a heavy step, yet walking rapidly, so rapidly, in fact, that it was difficult to keep up with her. As soon as we reached the house, she lay down on her cot and did not speak. Apparently, she got up at midnight and sat to meditate. In the morning, Golap Ma called her again and again, yet she could not be roused from meditation. Another day, Holy Mother and others went to pay their respects to Swami Bhaskarananda, a well-known holy man who remained completely naked as part of his spiritual practices. When he met them, the Swami said, "Don't feel nervous, Mother. You are all manifestations of the Divine Mother of the universe. Why should you be embarrassed? Is it because of my genital organ? Why? It is like one of my fingers." Holy Mother said later, "What a calm, great soul. He always remains naked in winter and summer alike." When Holy Mother was in Varanasi, a nun from Nepal would sometimes visit her. This nun knew various rituals and spiritual practices. She recognized Holy Mother's mental condition and suggested that she practice panchatapa to relieve her anguish. This nun also prayed to Holy Mother to send one of her disciples to her during her last moments. Holy Mother never saw the nun again, but that prayer was answered years later.
Okay. Yeah, Panchatapa means that Mother did some penance. Four sides, heap of cow dung cake were collected and were burnt, and over her the midday sun. So 5. Panch means 5. Penta, like 5, panch. So 4 side is a heating fire, and over her head was sun. And that also in summer months, it's unbearable. But because of that, she could shed off her grief. So anyway, we stop here. It's holy life. As we go through the lives, we get some inspiration. We can see the reader becomes emotional. Yes.
It happens, Swami.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Swami,
also-
by the way, we saw that place where Holy Mother did the Panchatapa
Yeah.
it's near Bellarmut, and
That
it
is-
was like
that
just
is-
the thought of it's incredible.
That was that we call Old Mutt, because after Alam Bajar, this was the third place where monastery was removed or moved there. Monastery moved. So that was the third place. And then from there, that was Nilambar Babu's garden house. Now it is under us. It is with us. And then Belur is close by. So now it is whole place is Belur Okay. Let us say our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. We are uplifted because, as we take bath, we wash off our dirts. Similarly, when we go through the holy lives, our mental dirts are removed. That's why we feel exalted. So, thank you very much. Thank you all.
Pranam Maharaj.
Jai Ma, Namaste. Namaste to all.
Pranam Maharaj. Thank you.
Thank
Jai.
you. Jai Ma, Jai Ma.
Namah.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you. Namaste. Yes, please. Go ahead. Go ahead. It is already united. Okay, you are also united with the whole world. You also know. You also know. The whole world is imposed on you. Only thing, you have to be attentive. The whole world, see, the whole dream depends on you. Whole dream depends on you, right? You project your own dream. So where is the separation? You project your whole dream. So in dream there may be various characters. Actually it is you. Seeming. So here also it is separation is seeming. So it is to show us. A professor comes And he teaches children, not like professor. He becomes like a child and teaches. So to show us, to teach us, they do all kinds of leela. That's why it is called divine leela, divine play. But if you dwell on this, you also can realize this. That this is not only particularly with them, it is with us also.